Hello guys, this is Splish and I hope you're having a great day. Today we're going to talk about how is Battlefield 1 doing in 2022. But before we get into that, I have to show you some clips and stuff when it comes to some of my first matches. Actually, the first match I got into, there was a cheater. He was also in the second match and it's really sad to see. Unfortunate for him, I recorded and I also made screenshots, so he will be or is already reported. You can see the score up to the right. I think it says something as well. Nevertheless, I also want to apologize for because some of the clips here were a bit hicked up when it comes to the quality. You might not even notice, doesn't really matter that much, but it has to be said because my recording program had another thought. But Battlefield 1 is a game that I have enjoyed to play quite some, and I also had a good time coming back to it once more. And I think that has to do with a lot of things. First off, I never really enjoyed playing Battlefield 2042. As a matter of fact, I made videos already when playing the beta and also after the release, and I think we all know by now what has happened with that game, and I think it's beyond rescue, if I put it like that. There are discussions, as you may know, from EA to make it free to play, or at least parts of it, maybe part of Portal, the Portal game mode, but I'm not going to discuss that now, what I think or anything, because I want to focus on Battlefield 1. The game was released in 2016 by DICE and EA, and it was the 15th installment in the Battlefield series after Battlefield 4 that was released in 2013. Released for PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The game was a commercial success. It sold over 50 million copies and it got a lot of positive reviews from critics. They thought that this was an improvement from over the series previous installments, and they are mainly referring then to Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline. As we know, Battlefield 4 later on and now, especially today, is a game that a lot of people are going back to due to the disappointments playing Battlefield 2042. But what about Battlefield 1 then, that is set in the World War I era? Is that a game you can go back to now and also enjoy? I would say yes. I remember when this game was released, I played it quite some and together with friends and had a really good time. Of course, there are things that might be discussed also here on the negative side of things, but I think it's a great looking game. It plays well. You have the traditional classic classes, you might say, to choose from, and a wide range also when it comes to vehicles and being able to ride a horse, and all that has to be in there to, at least for me, define a Battlefield game. The game's multiplayer mode supports up to 64 players, and they also have this new squad system that allows a group of players to enter a game and also leave game servers together, which is a thing that should of course be in all games, I would say. The maps in the multiplayer are based on different locations all around the world, includes Arabia, the Western Front and the Alps. And I gotta say, they also added new melee weapons, and I have to mention that because I kind of enjoyed to use a shovel or a certain club to bonk my enemies down. You could also of course do that in the campaign mode, and this time around it had a larger and more open environments than those in previous installments when it comes to Battlefield. And it has some more options and choices in terms of paths to completing certain levels and how to approach combat. And I enjoyed playing the campaign as well, and I gotta say, I hope for the future that they still make a campaign. I'm still looking forward to a Bad Company 3 game, but that's another story. But how is it then to come back to this game now? Well, as I said initially, I like the game, I have fun playing it. It felt quite fresh actually for being an older game now. It still looks good. I've said before, the sound design is a typical beautiful trademark of DICE, meaning really good weapon sounds and environment sounds mixed together. So therefore I think we should listen in a bit to the game for maybe 15 seconds or something, so we can sit back and have some nostalgia together here when it comes to Battlefield 1. Yeah, that's pretty nice to listen to, isn't it? Good sound and everything. I was, by the way, playing this game mainly during daytime, my time, which is Central European time. I live in Sweden, and it worked well, even though I guess you can find even more players during the more hectic hours in the evenings. But as you can see, there has been peaks also lately when it comes to Battlefield 1, and I think there's a lot of reasons for that, of course, and it's nice to see that it's also got an increase during 2021 compared to 2020. 2020. So I think overall we can easily say that Battlefield 1 alongside with, for example, Battlefield 4 that I talked a bit about before, will stay on the charts, meaning people will continue to play them because it's just good games. And I think also now we will see maybe even more people coming back to Battlefield 1. So therefore my question to you has to be, what do you think about Battlefield 1? And is it a game you are still coming back to now and then? Let me know in the comments. Maybe this is even your favorite Battlefield game, what do I know? Thanks for watching, and also if you're new to my channel and you feel that you want to see more of this kind of FPS content, make sure to subscribe and maybe turn on the notification bell, and also give me a like if you feel that it's worth it, because that helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. With that said, I want to say cheers and later, and take care and game on.